Hey bosses, this is Ella here from Author Like a Boss, and this is going to be a pretty unique episode. We're not really going to have any intro, there's not any editing. It's just going to be me talking into the mic for just a little bit. So, before I started recording, I was struggling with myself because I don't know, vulnerability, as I've said before, vulnerability is what connects people, but I struggle sometimes with the balance between being vulnerable and sharing what's really happening in my life with complaining. Because I always want you guys to be able to come to Author Like a Boss and listen to the episode and be inspired and motivated to keep doing your work. And it's hard to say when sharing more of my life is relatable or whether it just seems like it's complaining. But so just really open and upfront here. What's been happening with me this week, and the reason why you're not getting a fully fleshed, edited, gorgeous episode is because this last couple of days I was in bed with ovarian cysts. Now, some of you maybe know about that already. If you were on my newsletter, I've mentioned it in the last couple of months. But just a few days ago, the pain started, and then the pain wasn't going away. And so we went to the ER again yesterday. What that meant is that I wasn't able to do any of the work for the episode because I couldn't move from my bed, and I was on heavy pain medication in order to just function or just not be like writhing. Anyways, don't have to go into the details. See, that's where I'm like, am I complaining? Anyways, so turns out when we went to the ER yesterday that one of the cysts had ruptured, and that's what was causing the pain and why it wasn't going away. And so I guess I'm saying this is my explanation for why you're getting this kind of unedited episode instead of a fully fleshed episode. But I do want to talk for just a minute about self-care, because I know a lot of us, everybody has things that are happening in their lives. Everybody has something that comes up sometimes, and as much as I would like to have perfect episodes for you every single time, it's just not always the way life happens. And where I'm doing the bulk of the podcast stuff by myself, if I have a down week, then that means, I can't do it. And I have to take care of myself because I have so many things that I want to do. And if I can't, if I push it too hard, then I won't be able to do any of them. And many of you know, as I've said before, that one of my whys for doing all this is because I want to have a baby. My husband and I met later in life, and he's a little bit older than I am, and we've been struggling to try and have kids. And so that adds just another layer of fear and worry on top of it, because ovarian cysts obviously are in the ovaries. So there's just a lot of stuff been happening mentally and physically and emotionally the last few days, and I'm doing my best. And I hope to, continue to be providing amazing content for you. And I hope this isn't too personal, that you're not like turned off by it, but this is just what's happening. And I'm trying to do my best to take care of myself so that I can keep on doing the podcast, because I absolutely love doing the podcast. I love interviewing authors and providing you guys with valuable information and connecting with you and helping you in any way that I can around your creativity and dreams, helping you make your dreams happen. Like, that's my passion, and I love it. On that note, I am trying to get some help so that I don't have this kind of issue come up. That's kind of why I started the Patreon. So Patreon is kind of like, if you ever listen to NPR or watch the PBS specials where they're like, hey, if you want to become a patron of PBS, then you can sign up to support us for some amount per month, and we'll give you something in exchange. So Patreon is that same kind of thing, but for individuals like me. And so I started a Patreon for Author Like a Boss. And if you want to go check it out, you can go to authorlikeaboss.com/Patreon. It's Patreon. And I started a couple of tiers. So if you guys want to support Author Like a Boss, so we don't have these kind of filler episodes, I'd rather share my experiences with you in the context of a fully fleshed episode than, me just recording into a mic by myself and I'm not feeling well. But so if you want to go check that out, there's some tiers. And what I'm aiming to do is get a little bit of help with the podcast. And that way things can be more consistent and a better quality, because I like to provide you with excellence as best I can. And that's what the money would go for, is to streamline things on the back end. So if I had a few sick days, it doesn't affect your guys' entire experience, because I have help. I pay them to help me with it. So if you want to find out more about how you can support the podcast, you can go to authorlikeaboss.com/Patreon. I also want to let you know that we do have a winner for the 1-year anniversary contest, and I really appreciate everybody who participated in that. The contest was to leave a review and then let me know. I'm not going to announce the winner this week because I wanted to make it a special and pretty episode, and since I'm not feeling so great, I'm like, I want to make it pretty. So I will be announcing it later in the month, but I do want to appreciate everybody who participated. If you haven't participated, you're still welcome to go ahead and leave a review, even if you're not, entering for a chance to win. I really do appreciate every review. Like I said before, podcasting is a lot like putting your books out there, is that you don't know what kind of reception you're getting until people tell you. And that's what reviews do. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for your patience with me on this. I know it's going to be a short episode and not edited, and I hope it doesn't sound too terrible. and I will do my best to make sure that you get some good episodes coming in the future. I really do have a lot of good plans. I'm making an editorial podcast calendar, and I have some amazing interviews coming up, but not this week. Maybe next week. Next week, there will be something awesome for y'all. So thank you for listening, and thank you for being so supportive. You are a special group of listeners, and I am so fortunate to be able to connect with you every week. For now, hugs and happy authoring care from Ella at Author Like a Boss.